Alright, since Cookie Run Kingdom, mostly Shadow Milk Cookie, got me in a chokehold, let's talk about him. Firstly, I never saw anyone actually talk about the story from the Truthless Recluse and Sage of Truth costumes. It's a bit enigmatic, as it isn't specified whether it's something that happened, since in the Spire of Deceit time is inexistent, or if it's simply an alternative universe where the roles are switched. But, anyway, for anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, it's a story that tells us about the Sage of Truth giving hope to Truthless Recluse. If it's canon, it could have huge implications. Because that would mean that rather than being saved by Ginga Brave and the others, Pure Vanilla was actually saved by past Shadow Milk. It would also explain Pure Vanilla's determination to save Shadow Milk, or rather, the Sage, as he was saved by them. And before anyone says that Shadow Milk was the problem in the first place, I think I should remind you that Pure Vanilla literally had PTSD before meeting Shadow Milk, and he only felt better with himself after his encounter with Shadow Milk, possibly because of Sage of Truth. Also, for anyone saying Sage of Truth is not pre-corruption Shadow Milk, in the trailer for the Beasts we clearly see his silhouette among the others. An interesting thing to notice is that, despite all the beasts undoubtedly having their reasons for corrupting, the only ancient to openly accept the other side of the coin is Pure Vanilla. I honestly don't understand how can people think PV and SM aren't in love. I mean, the original description of the sheep's clothing cake hound that stands in for Shadow Milk clearly states he loves the cream sheep, that's obviously representing Pure Vanilla. Anyway, another noteworthy thing is the fact that the Spire isn't just an extension of Shadow Milk but also a representation of his mind, contorted, twisted, but confused. And by the end it crumbles, meaning his mind is literally in shambles. And how to blame him? He wanted to be understood in his misery, to have someone like him, but, instead of hitting rock bottom like him, Pure Vanilla ascended to godhood and forgave him. I mean, how can someone who's been lying to himself for more time than the other was alive suddenly understand and accept the mistake in his ways? How could anyone not be mad when they realized their mistakes only after they were forgiven? As if that wasn't enough, after shattering the illusion and understanding his own flaws, the guilt would set in. Ironically, the only thing keeping him sane is madness, meaning avoiding his responsibilities. When he's suddenly defeated and yet accepted, he's forced to face reality, which is what makes the Spire crumble in the first place. Shadow Milk motive for corruption, by the way, other than loneliness and others preferring ignorance, is also because the Cookie of Knowledge most likely learnt about the Witch's Banquet, which could also be the reason he rathers sweet lies to harsh truths. Also, something I heard was that Shadow Milk isn't really lazy but fakes it to mask the fact he's fragile. But what if the reason he can detach his head is because his neck crumbled? It's just a theory though, a game theory. In conclusion, Shadow Milk is such a good liar that he managed to gaslight himself first. He's a misunderstood character both in game and in the fandom.